Hi there, this is Sujata Martin from Concierge Pelvic Floor, and today I'm doing a little live. Hopefully, it works this time on the Intimate Rose Pelvic Massage Wand. Now, I want to give an intro on pelvic massage wands in general. There are a bunch out there depending on what exactly you're working towards, and depending on your specific preferences, your pelvic floor therapist will work with you to identify what would be a good fit for you. But one of the brands I really like is the Intimate Rose pelvic massage wand, and I just opened this nice new box and it comes with this. I also got the vibrating massage wand. It comes in two options, a vibrating one and a non-vibrating one. I really like the vibrating option just because think of those massage chairs, in malls. The vibration just feels so relaxing, makes you ease up that muscular tension. So I like the vibrating version. The vibrating version for Intimate Rose is this green color. You do get the non-vibrating version, which tends to be purple if I'm not mistaken. So depending on again your level of comfort with the intensity of input, of course this can also be used as a regular massage wand without that vibration input. Just don't turn it on. But it really helps, that extra vibration, that extra sensory input really helps some people to relax and down train and really get rid of those trigger points in their pelvic floor. So okay, first things first, this little thing is used for trigger point massage inside the pelvic floor. Now, what are trigger points? Trigger points basically are those knots in your muscles that make the muscle feel sore and tight and achy. Think of like when you have a tight neck and tight shoulder muscles, how you have knots, and if someone goes in and works them out, it feels a lot better. The same way, a lot of people who have pelvic pain, who have tight pelvic floors, who have issues with like full bladder emptying, like who retain pee in their bladders, people who have chronic constipation, people often with like IBS, endometriosis, PCOS, definitely people who have painful sex, difficulty inserting a tampon or a menstrual cup, pain with those things, they often have tight pelvic floors, and they often have these trigger points that need some easing. So of course this kind of device, first of all, it's not a sex toy. It definitely can be used as one. You can use it over your clitoris, you can use it in the vagina. It can definitely work as that, but that's not its intended purpose. So I think that's also why the vibration makes some people uneasy, because then they're thinking, oh, this is a sex toy versus something that's therapeutic. So those people sometimes prefer the non-vibrating version. So anyhow, this is basically a therapeutic tool in your healing from a tight pelvic floor. So this should never be the first line of treatment. Though if you're adventurous and really independent and you really don't want anyone knowing all about your pelvic floor, you can try this. Though honestly, you may not really benefit from it unless you're working with a professional who knows what's going on and which kind of wand is most appropriate for you. So step one, get a pelvic floor assessment. The therapist first will ask you a bunch of questions to know what kind of pelvic floor issues you have going on and what may be going inside your pelvic floor. They will also do an internal assessment, which often, again, this is not a rule. You do not need an internal assessment, but it does give the therapist a lot of good information to help you with your healing. So during their assessment, they are probably going to use their index finger and insert vaginally and try to find these trigger points that we are going to work on with this kind of wand. So the therapist is going to try and locate those points, and a good therapist will actually tell you where they are. I like to tell my patients like in a clock. So okay, if you are looking at a clock with 12 o'clock up there and 6 o'clock down below, then I tell my patients like, hey, you have a trigger point about 5 o'clock, there's another one at 7 and 8 o'clock. So when they go home, I want them to practice massaging these spots out themselves. A lot of people make a lot of gains by doing self-massage with just using their fingers. So they're just gonna relax, kind of like this, semi-recline, somewhere where you can actually relax and be comfortable. So say in bed or in the tub while you're taking a bath, soaking. For some people with like extreme pain, I even sometimes say a good Epsom salt bath is really helpful. So I tell them, go ahead and recline, prop one leg up, and then they insert that one finger and try and find those spots, that 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or wherever it is, and they work those spots out. And now if the finger is not sufficient, then they have to use something like this. And also it helps get those awkwardly placed trigger points, and it does give you some more control. It has this nice tip where you can really kind of, you know, work those tender spots out. And this is the vibrating wand. So there is the power button, so you press that, and I don't know if you can see, but it lights up a little. It lights up a little to say that so this is off, it doesn't light up, and here it's on. So it lights up a little to tell you it's on, and then you work on those spots that you wish to work on. There is also this vibrate button that I like. So after turning on, then you can turn the vibration. I don't know if you can feel it, but it's like whoosh, anyhow. So you can grade the vibration. If you're doing vaginal work, you would hold this part of the handle, and this would be inside where you would then work on those spots. This also has a pulsating vibration, which may be a bit much for a lot of people, but once you have gained some, and I'm going to turn that off because again you may be able to see the light, it does a pulsing light. So that may be a bit much. You always want to first start off, especially if you have severe pain, with just basic massage without the vibration, and then try and work your way up. That pulsating vibration is definitely going to be the most like intense kind of input. And you also want to think of course, wash with soap and water before using it the first time. For inserting, you want to use a good water-based lubricant. You can definitely use saliva. Just don't use silicone, because this itself is made from silicone. It will cause breakdown. Intimate Rose does give you a charger that you can plug in, and it has contact points to recharge. And it has a really cute carry pouch that I like, because you know I hate holding onto boxes. So it has this really pretty little bag to store your wand in once you clean and dry it, air dry it. So this was my little intro to pelvic massage wands. If you have any questions, put them down in the box below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. So just to recap really quick, this is a pelvic massage wand for getting trigger points in your pelvic floor. The thicker end is for a vaginal entry. The thinner end is for rectal work through your rectum or anal opening. This is mostly used by men, like post-prostatectomy, and other male pelvic floor disorders. Women most often tend to use this side. And always consult a pelvic floor therapist before using one of these, just so you can use them correctly. And a lot of people will go ahead and buy a wand and be like, this doesn't work, it's too much. But you probably are not doing something exactly right. So I hope this was helpful. If you did like it, show me a heart, like, follow, comment, and find me here for more pelvic floor stuff. Bye bye.